It's another edition of To Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Twisted Tuesday. Carol Brandolino's in the house, and I hope you all had an incredible Memorial Day weekend, and you went out with your friends and family and ate probably too much, drank a little too much. We had good weather, folks, and just always remember that even though it was a holiday we had off, but it was for our veterans who fought for our country. And we got a great show lined up, folks. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, people in the military, and, of course, our veterans. Thank you so much for what you do for us so we can speak and say things that freedom of speech. Thank God we got that to some point. Amen. Anyway, we got a great show lined up. So it's showtime. Let's go to work. Ow! Go. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Richie from Seventh Heaven. Guys, Ocean's Pit, thank you guys for watching today. A lot of good stuff. We're going to get some good laughs this weekend. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything that's going on. But let's get right to Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, folks, with their brand new locations from Fox River Grove, Illinois, and now Richmond, Illinois, joining the JRC Ace Hardware stores. A lot of stuff they got on, folks. While supplies last, flowers are now 50% off at all JRC hardware locations. That's while supplies last. Get your flowers 50% off. You can't beat that. All right, May 27th, which is today, through June 24th, get a free 5-amp-hour battery, a $299 value, and save an additional $100 when you buy an Ego lawnmower model. Overall, that's $399 of savings, plus free assembly and delivery. Or save $30 and get a free 2.5 amp hour battery. That's a $179 value when you buy either an Eco 16 string trimmer or a 765 FMM leaf blower. Less noise, less maintenance. All Eco batteries are compatible with the all Ego products. And last but not least, buy 3 Ace pleated basic furniture filters and get one free. That's enough to get you up for a whole full year. And don't forget to grill your Ace off with our friends from Ace Hardware. That's right. And they've got that big nationwide grilling event at the Des Plaines, and I think it's at the Norwich location, June 28th from 11 to 2 p.m., folks. Not only are you going to get to grill hot dogs and burgers and buns and all that good stuff, brats, but even Tony Ocean live for 1 hour at the Norwich location, a little concert while you get the great barbecue. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right. So how was your weekend, Carol, on Memorial Day? Did you have a little fun?
I did. What I remember of Friday. No, I remember it. But Friday, I leveled me. Friday, I was a block away from home. And there's a place, Corgan's, right by my house. And that band, Hairbangers Ball, was playing. I love them. They do all the 80s rock, Motley Crue, Poison. And Gina and I were there. Lit. I have not gotten like that in over 5 years at least.
Well, let me ask you, what was the poison that you were drinking?
Carbless. That's the problem. It wasn't like I drank Jack or whiskey or bourbon or vodka even. It was carbless, but I guess I drank it so fast. And I think it was going down quickly because I was like rocking out and I was singing the songs. And it just went down fast, but I didn't really eat. That's the problem.
Okay, well, there you go. I always noticed when I used to go out drinking, partying like that, always have something, and you either put a piece of bread, eat something before you go out, because you're screwed. You're screwed, especially with those drinks. If they got sugar and everything, all that stuff in there, it's going to happen. And then
it was so bad. It was so bad. And her daughter videotaped us when we got home. And it's really funny. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to probably come out somewhere live, or not live, but I think we might even post it in our little podcast that we haven't really started yet, because it's just too funny not to share. And it showed me what I was like. So my alternate ego when I'm drinking is AK. That's the nickname. AK,
so that's the nickname when you're drinking.
Hero. Yes.
There you go. Very cool.
I've been like incapacitated since, because my autoimmune shit and my system was like, oh no, you did it.
There you go. Time out, right?
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we were both, of course, I was performing. Well, anyway, Chicago Prime was a great night. Thank you, Daryl Armenstow, for that. And then on Saturday, we were both, I performed at Bellagio in Roselle. And of course, our buddy Danny Nozak had his surprise birthday. Dina Nozak, his lovely wife, put that together. He was completely, I wasn't there when he first walked in, but I heard he was surprised, and he had a lot of his family and friends. And Dina and her mom, they put out that sweet tables, like, holy cow. They had everything you can imagine.
You look like a Greek baptism or an Italian baptism. She had the wrapping, the bowls.
Yeah.
She had
the cookies and the cake and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
And excuse me. And it was a great event.
Yep.
And of course, the main event band, Danny Ramundi and Tony Toto, was great seeing them. Frankie Setta was there too. What I liked about, which was weird with me, I noticed, like Memorial Day weekend, sometimes the bars are dead or slower because people either are leaving town or they're barbecuing and they're doing stuff outside. And Saturday it was packed to the gill, so that was a lot of fun. And Sunday we had the Thirsty Parrot in Lake Como, was another packed house, a lot of fun. And then we did the Bigfoot Country Club with Ocean's Rat Pack. So it was a busy weekend, and it was a lot of fun, folks. You watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Twisted Tuesday. So much. Let's get some stuff. Also, this week's show, we're supposed to be at Rosario's tomorrow, but unfortunately, Chris Picaro, the owner, booked. He had 2 graduation parties coming in, so that's where they make them pretty good money. So I'm going to be off tomorrow night, so there will we will be not at Rosario's tomorrow night. They're going to be doing their. They booked 2 different parties. Side yet. So Thursday, we're keeping the party going at Village Pub. I love that place. It's always jumping. Friday, Chicago Prime. Saturday, Friday we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy on a Friday night. Saturday, that's where I'm at on Friday. And Saturday, we're at Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. Donnie G's in Elmwood Park on Saturday because Mama C says so. And Sunday, Ocean's Rat Pack hits the south side of Chicago, Mokina, Illinois, at JMO's. That's a 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we're going to be outside. The weather's supposed to be nice. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
It should be a lot of fun this Sunday, Ocean's Rat Pack. Also, this Friday, we're going to have we have 2 guests on Friday, folks. My friend Diana Peterson and a bunch of the the old Playboy bunnies from the Playboy Club. We did their reunion last year in Lake Geneva. Now we're doing it this year in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona on October 5th. So we're going to have some of the former Playboy bunnies are going to be on the second part of the show. And the first part of the show, we're going to have Frank from Positano's. Frank is the owner, and they're going to do a special night, June 19th. They're going back to throwback 1985 prices. Roll back on some of their menus, food, and some of their drinks. Going back, roll it back. It's going to be 1985 that night on Thursday, June 19th. Lisa P., Tony O., and Jerry Jams. It's going to be a lot of fun, and Frank will be on Friday to promote that, and also the new one that just opened in Wheaton, June 4th, the new Positano's out there. So looking forward to that. Very, very cool. A couple other things real fast. We lost one of the great rock and roll legends, Rick Derringer, one a great guitar player. He was with the McCoys. You might remember, hang on, Sloopy, hang on. Yeah, he was that. Of course, rock and roll hoochie coo in the 70s. So we lost, he was also in Rock Pile. So we lost a great Rick Derringer, another rock and roll guy gone. Let me see if anybody's watching here today. There's Boyd. Albert, see you Friday. Ponch, I went to the Iron Table Casino, bright, sunny California. Oh, well, I hope you had fun in California, Ree. Marty Malarkey from McCormick Place. Marty is the head concierge at McCormick Place. When you walk into McCormick Place, first person you see is Marty Malarkey, and he will tell you where to go, what's going on. Me and Marty have been friends for a long time. Karen, how are you doing? Patrice, Dina, great throwing that party together. There's Danny Nozak celebrating the big 6-0. Absolutely. Boy, drink water in between drinks. Good point. Were you drinking water in between drinks?
No, I wasn't even breathing in between drinks.
Yeah, it was a good day. Danny Ramundi, great job on Friday and Sunday, but Saturday and Sunday, brother. Thank you, Danny. All right, so it's fun. What else we got here? Las Vegas. You ever wonder? Here's the funny thing. Not only Las Vegas, but right now they're coming out with some of the hotels that got caught with bed bugs.
Oh,
bed bugs. Now you got to wonder something. You're going on vacation. You're going to book a hotel room.
Right.
You walk in. People are so excited because they're on vacation. They're jumping on these beds. There's a show called Monsters in Me. Have you ever watched that?
I think I did.
They go to certain places with the green light or the red light.
Yeah.
And even these 5-star hotels.
Right.
You never know. But Las Vegas right now, a bunch of the big hotels out there are caught with bed bugs, and they're having some major problems with that. And you never know. You know what I mean?
Well, I think wherever you have international people, a lot of international people coming, you're going to get them because, that's a fact. So you're getting a lot of Europeans and different international people. You're going to get them New York. You're going to get Vegas.
Some of them, the shower thing is not their number one on their list.
True.
Or some of it, I remember a couple of people said we can only do like some of the Middle Eastern or something. They shower different. I mean, I'm just saying people in general. It doesn't have to just be Middle Eastern. I'm just talking about people in general, right?
Yeah, international.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you got to watch out for that. And there's a lot of shit going on. You hear about this guy named Drew Granger? Now, these are some sick people in this world, Carol. This guy, his wife was pregnant. He wanted a boy. The wife was having a girl.
Okay.
He stabbed his wife 5 times. 33-year-old stabbed his wife 5 times because it wasn't a boy. It's going to be a girl. Of course,
did he kill her? Did she die?
I think she died. Yes, I didn't read the regular story, but she was pregnant at the time too. I mean, what is wrong with these people? I mean, I remember when I was a kid, younger, all right, some guy might have went out and shot somebody or whatever it is, but now people are like, they're going to a complete extremes in this crazy world that we're living in.
Well, they've lost it. They've just lost it. I think reality is it's just non-existent in people's minds. It's like not real anymore. I don't know what happened to him. I wonder if it even says. I got to look into this. I didn't even hear this story.
Yeah, I got to look more into the story. But
what happened to him?
It's pretty crazy. Pretty nuts. Absolutely. Another thing, too, I never noticed. Okay, now we'll switch the subject. There's Frankie Setta. Frankie, nice job on joining us for one Dean Martin song at Bellagio on Saturday. A couple things here. You go to the airport. Now, you go through, what do you call that?
Like the TSA, whatever. Customs.
TSA, you got to go through. I know they want you everything out of your pockets.
Yeah.
Everything in there, laptop, whatever the hell it is. I always wonder why they made you take your shoes off. And the reason why they're saying because there could be explosive stuff in your shoes or detection of maybe that you were making. something, a bomb or something or whatever, and the residue would be on your shoes, on your feet. So I think that's one of the reasons why you have to take your shoes off. And you know what? I used to bitch and moan about that shit, but I think now after the whole crap that's going on in this crazy world, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's sad that they have to do that. I mean, people strap things on to themselves wherever, and then they stick things up in their, little dark places.
In your head. There you go, Richard Hamill. First of all, hi Jill. Vince Ramundi, how you doing? Emo from Florida. Joanne. Richard said it's his fault. The man's sperm determines the sex of the baby. There you go. They should have killed himself. That way we're saying, Richard? Okay, that's what he should have done. All right. Also, today is National Wine Day for you people that love wine. Were you a wine drinker? I'm not a wine drinker.
I mean, I like it, but it's got to be a time and a place. I like it with certain types of meals, or it just depends on if you could sip it. If I'm going to just slowly be sipping something, I do like a good red wine sometimes.
Red wine. And I wonder also, like, are you one of those people? I'm wondering the people that are Kathy Splazzo, Arizona. How you doing? When you are over 70, you don't have to take your shoes off anymore. Oh, okay. Thank you, Emo. So I'm going to get a fake ID that says I'm 70. There you go. And I always get pulled over to the side.
Oh, always. Have you been red flagged before? Are you red flagged for something?
It's just they must see me coming. I don't know what it is. Always. And it's like, all right, maybe I look shady in the morning. I don't know, but that's crazy. If you watch a Today Show, do you watch a Today Show? One of the co-hosts that used to be on, I can't even pronounce her name, Stefanella Jones. She's the African-American girl on the Today Show.
Okay.
She's been missing for a while, but not missing, but she was off the show and people were wanting, but I guess her husband died of a brain cancer at the age of 45 years old. Oh. That's just horrible when stuff like that happens. And right? Okay, now guys, if you are out there and if you're dating and you like men and women, that's bi, right? I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But what happens if the man and women don't want you? What do you call that?
You're screwed, but kind of not.
That's called by yourself. That's what that's called. By yourself. There you go. You're by yourself.
That's a good one. That's a good
one. That one? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. David Antonelli, Taco Tuesday. What's up? I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys had fun. Twisted Tuesday with Kara Brindolino. David says, I only like chicks or clicks.
Oh. Is that supposed to be chicks, maybe?
I think it's supposed to be chicks, David. I hope you're doing well, brother.
Yes, so listen, when we were, you were at Positano's on Thursday, right? And I had a work event on Thursday. And so after the fact, because my friend Gina went out there, met some people. And I was like, okay, the event ended kind of late. I went out there. It was packed. Great show.
It was a great night. Thank you.
And it's funny. I was dancing, dancing on dance floor. And there was a gentleman on the dance floor. Now, there's a lot of some mature older gentlemen that come out to the shows. They're dressed very well. They dance, they get out there. I have to say, I can really respect a guy that's got this guy was so smooth. And I had to give it to him. I was like, that is really good. So he had a suit on, he had a black tie, and he had like these stripes on the tie. But the stripes were like black, like sequins, just thin stripes, just enough. Yeah. To really stand out.
And he had the gray on the side. You look like Paulie Walnuts, right?
He had a little gray, and then he had a nice tan. Okay.
Yes.
He reminded me of Sonny from The Godfather, right? Because I don't know, like an older James Caan, not him in The Godfather, but an older James Caan. So I was watching this guy, and I was like, I was just. Okay, this guy's got it together. There's like 25, 35-year-old girls dancing with him. And I walked by him and I said, you know what? I love your tie. Like, it's a great tie. And he goes, thank you. And then he looked at me and he goes, sparkles, just like your eyes, honey. Oh. And I said, oh, God, take me now.
Old school, classy, comes up with the old lines that, some of those lines still work.
It would have worked because you know
Yeah,
what? He
yeah,
had it together. And I was like, if
yeah.
I was looking for somebody right now, and honestly, I thought you got it going now, my friend. Like I can appreciate, like he just had it. So whoever he is, if I ever see him
You know
again,
what?
like
I see him at my gigs sometimes, even at Chicago Prime. I forgot the gentleman's name.
I don't know.
Nice guy. I always notice he's with some younger. Yeah,
Oh,
I get
oh,
it. Yeah,
there was a very
but
young,
he,
attractive girl
a
dancing
very
with him.
nice guy, keeps to himself. Yeah, very
Yep,
classy. Very,
very
very
classy.
cool.
Yeah.
Robert the General, Daryl Armenstad. Hello, Raunda. How are you doing? Jerry Jams. What's up, brother? Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Guys, it's time for real estate at its finest. And that's right. We're talking about Mary Grievous, folks. Oh, don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, Mary Grievous at mgrievous@starkre.com. Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate, 630-688-1725. That is Mary Grievous. Tell her Tony O sent you, folks. And also, she books the NTD vacations, folks. And Chicago Music Cruise happening again January 17th to January 25th. It's a 7-night Western Caribbean cruise. It's a brand new ship. It's the MSC World America. Look at these stops. Caribbean. We're kicking off in Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Costa Rica, and Ocean Cay, which is a private island owned by World America, folks. ChicagoMusicCruise.com. Put in Tony Ocean or give Mary a call. Better yet, call her direct at 630-688-1725 and book it. Right now, it's Seventh Heaven and the Tony Ocean Band for featuring also Nick Sahajas, the piano man who does Elton John and Billy Joel. He'll be part of the band, the Tony Ocean Band. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. It's well worth it. And look, all in, balcony, everything, taxes, about $1,100. You can't beat that 7 days.
No.
It's a great price for the brand new World America. Going to be a lot of fun. All right. So, boy, we got other stuff to talk about, and let's get right to it. Let's see what we got here. 10 red flags that reveal someone who's toxic. Are you ready?
Yep.
10 red flags. You feel you need to walk on eggshells around them.
Okay.
Number 10. Number 9, the twist facts to control or confuse you. Gaslighting. They compete with you instead of celebrating your wins.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they manipulate through guilt, fear, and the silent treatment. They're supportive only when things are going well for them, not necessarily for you. They disguise insults as jokes and call you too sensitive. They rarely take responsibility and always blame others. You feel guilty or anxious after talking to them every time. They make everything about themselves, even your struggles. And they drain your energy every time you're around them. Toxic people. Unfortunately, there are a lot of them in the world, aren't there, Carol?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. But as soon as you realize who they are, just stay away. Just stay the fuck away from them.
And get it.
Right.
Where are you at today? Give me 2 minutes or 1 minute. Go ahead. Where are you at? Tell these people where you're at.
I'll tell everybody. So today I'm in a different office, but it is my new office because I just recently moved over to a smaller office, but actually I like it. It's got a nice big picture window here and it's more quaint. And the last office I was in was way too big and another bigwig is going in there, so he can have it. I think that's it. I don't know. I don't even know what to talk about right now. Oh, okay. When Tony goes, I should take this opportunity because I should actually talk right now. I was reading something online. It was one of these like memes, but it was a question. And it says for the ladies, it's a question for the ladies. Name something that a man does that he thinks is a turn on, but is actually a turn off, according to women. So I wanted to ask Tony this question. So when he comes back, I'm going to ask him. So as I went into all the answers that people were answering, there's a lot of pissed off, bitter women on here, but it was funny because a lot of the answers were like breathe, and exist and speak. So
wait a minute, breathe and exist.
yeah,
That's
so
good. That's good. Breathe,
I
exist.
went.
I like that.
I was on this webpage, on this meme thing. I follow this page on Facebook, and I'm going to ask you this question. So it says, ladies,
Good.
name something that a man does that he thinks is a turn on, but actually is a turn off, like according to women, right? So what I was saying was, before you came on, I said, I'm going to pose this question, what you think women are answering. But I said some of the funny answers were that it's like bitter ass women who are like, breathe, exist, talk, sleep, snore. Like, it was just bad. But
That's getting right to the point, huh?
it
Right.
is.
Well,
But
you
the
got
funny
to add.
thing,
Yeah.
go ahead. What do you think are the top, let's say the top 2 or 3 that you think women are saying that men think are a turn on, but actually are a huge turn off? Okay.
Okay.
There's like a
I can
top
only
2 or
name
3.
I can only name one, I think, off the top of my head.
Okay.
What do I have? Man, I got a brand new car. I got a house
Okay.
in
Bragging.
Malibu. I got a
Yep.
lot of money. Brag,
Yep.
brag, brag, brag.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
a big turnoff, no matter who it is,
Right.
to my
You're right.
opinion.
You're right. That's one of them.
That's probably one of the ones. I don't know. Well, was
That
I
other
close? Or one of the,
yeah, that's one of the top 3, probably 3 or top 3 or 4.
okay, go
The
ahead.
other
I
one
no idea.
is
Yeah.
uh pics, sending pics of your, your dick pics. Okay, that's what they
Okay.
call.
Okay.
So they were
Okay.
basically saying that's what everybody does now. So they're like,
Okay.
they think it's to turn on, and it is the biggest turn off. Women do not want
Okay.
to see pictures
All
of
right.
it. Okay,
Okay.
period.
That's
So
in the
that's,
top. That's in the top 3.
yeah,
Top
that's
3.
it. That was like top, it's probably the number 1. And then
Okay.
there's another one. There were a few different ones. That's one of them. What you said, bragging. Oh, like sticking their tongue in their ear, in women's ears, like sticking their tongue in their ear, thinking it's like a turn on. It's like a big turn on. And then, some of the
Okay.
other some of the other ones were like thinking that foreplay is like, yeah, he just walks over and grabs my nipple, like that's a big turn on. Like, ooh, I can't wait to get it on. And that just reminded me of a friend of mine over the years who she was just like, oh my God. Like she couldn't, they didn't end up together. They're not together anymore. They were very serious. And she's like, he just thought like he was just like this prize where he just like turn over in bed, pinch a whatever. And it was like, okay, honey, I just gave you your gift. Like, let's get it on. And she was like, what? She's like, don't touch me.
Oh,
I
and
think
that could probably, and you know what? That one turnoff in the very beginning of whatever's going on, that can
yeah.
ruin the whole. That's it.
Oh,
The whole,
yeah, it does, because people are like, nope. You got to be real careful, not just in the beginning, but there's a lot of
in
things that
general.
people thinks are turn on, but
Yeah.
they're not. They're really
Also,
not.
another thing too is I've seen this a couple of times. I've heard people say you see a beautiful girl walk in, or you see a good-looking guy walking in,
Right.
and everybody's staring at the girl all night, or they're staring at the guy all night. Oh, but when he walks up to you or she walks up to you and she opens her mouth, I can see like a guy coming and going, "Hi, I know my name is George." Or, oh, you know what I mean? It's amazing. Right. Everybody always looks at this, but you have to get the whole package, right? Right.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. That's crazy, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You know what we also should do one Tuesday, Carol? You know how I get all the info here and I do the stuff and I ask you the questions and you respond.
Yeah.
Let's reverse it one Tuesday. You take it over and then you get my response or something. I think that would be a lot of fun. People do.
I would love to do that.
We both give each other's opinions. They kind of know what certain topics. This person came up. Who's Chris Brown?
Chris Brown. He's a singer, I thought, right? Isn't he?
Okay, he's released on $6.7 million bail to continue with upcoming tour after the arrest, grievous bodily harm case. Causing grievous bodily harm at a nightclub. He attacked one of the producers in 2003. Wow, $6.7 million bail.
Wow. Well, yeah, he's rich. He's definitely rich. He's a singer.
Yeah, a little crazy. Gas stoves in your home could be putting you all at serious cancer risk. Remember when you first got the microwave and my mother said you can't use it because it'll give you cancer.
Yeah.
So you can, right? Now they're saying these gas stoves can give you cancer. Levels been going up 99% since 1990 of the benzene levels. So there you go.
So you can't microwave. You can't cook on the stove. What are we supposed to do? Eat lettuce. That's it.
Yeah, eat lettuce. That's it. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this. The dangers of eating leftover rice is bad for your health.
Oh, I didn't know. I never heard that. I have lots of leftover rice today.
Always refrigerate rice within an hour and eat it within a day. When rice sits out too long, it can develop baculus, a toxic producing bacteria that survives in reheating. So there you go.
That's good to know.
Oh, never heard that. Here's a good question. Here's one for you, Carol. This man booked a vacation for himself after his wife said they can't afford a trip. The mom of 2 teens allegedly didn't want a vacation this year because over budget concerns, but her husband disagreed. And he booked a trip for himself and the 2 kids without her. She took to the internet, shared this travel, and went off on him. Is that acceptable? He takes off without his wife and the kids because the wife said it's too much money.
He just wanted to go on a vacation without his wife, number one. And number 2, that's the kind of guy that needs to have his junk put in a beef stew. Okay? So that's
serve it to the kids. And serve it to the kids.
Yeah, serve it to the mother-in-law, whatever. Listen, that's messed up. Okay. But we did talk about the woman that didn't go to the funeral of her husband and she went on a trip, right? So look, there's always 2 sides to every story. I just like to know what the 2 sides are, and then I'll make my judgment.
Right, exactly. Adidas, who makes sportswear and gym shoes, now they're coming out with clothes for pets. I seen some. I walk my dog a lot. I used to walk dogs until Almost Home Foundation until they're reopening their place. But I see sometimes people dressed. I mean, some people put little crazy shit with their dogs. I mean,
they do. But I have Adidas outfits for my dog when she was a puppy. She was like 6 weeks old. I found little one piece like the Adidas jumpsuit. She was so cute, but they grow so fast.
But they grow so fast. And then I don't mind when they do that, but when they put gym shoes and they put shoes on dogs.
Oh, yeah, no.
Those poor dogs, they're barely, they see them walking
they do this. It is funny, but they do walk like that.
Yeah, you're not doing these dogs any favors, ladies and gentlemen. Keep dog shoes off dogs. Jesus Christ. Some adults can't even walk, let alone that. There you go. Thank you, Jerry Jams, for posting the Chicago Music Cruise info, brother. All right, breaking news. Leah Thomas loses her legal battle and will not have the chance to qualify for the Olympics in a major victory for women's sports. I guess she's a trans. Yes, the local news and Google saying it's very unfortunate that he can't be in the female Olympics team again. What a joke. Thank you, Jesus.
That should have happened a long time ago, but this is one of the first real big ones, the cases where like this girl didn't get she didn't win, and she was slated to win. She was like the best swimmer. I don't know if it was Olympic. It might have been Olympic actually. And that was one of the first, I think, big trans things with sports. And he shouldn't be able to go up against a female.
Absolutely. And I know we mentioned this. Yeah, we mentioned this before on the show. Yeah. They should just come up with you know what? If they want to make everybody happy, make a transgender Olympics. That's it. Case closed. It's over. Hey, our update on my good buddy Jeff Hunt in Fort Stockton, Texas. And I guess the tour is winding down. He's heading back. Coming back to home, Chicago, buddy. So Jeff, be careful there, buddy. Lori, I hope you're doing well. Albert, Dave, I never use a microwave. It's All right, Richard Hamlin, Chris Brown, thank you. I didn't know that. All right, we didn't know that about Rice. Yeah, we're learning something new. Yeah, Ronnie B. Elvis. Yeah, we did mention about Rick Derringer passing, a great rock and roll star. Over 100 years. This is interesting. With this whole big pharma shit. Over 100 years of cancer research, billions in donations, still no cure. What if the real answer was never in the lab, but in our food, lifestyle, our environment? It's time we looked at the real source and the solution. I really believe that.
Yeah.
All this money, I think they're just trying to kill us.
Keep us sick. Keep us sick is actually killing us. Isn't even making them money. When you're dead, you're dead. Like keeping us sick is what is making them money, because it's a constant flow of, cash, money, insurance. All that shit,
Or when you go to the doctor and they just say, okay, give them something, refill it. Just keep giving them medicine, whatever. Put a Band-Aid, put a Band-Aid, but don't cure don't find the cure that we need for these people that are sick. And it just drives me completely crazy, folks. It's Ocean Split Twisted Tuesday. It's time for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute. Brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of May. 65 degrees out there, folks. 50% humidity, 7-mile-an-hour winds, and 20% chance of rain at 7 p.m. That is brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Minutes. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Twisted Tuesday. Carol Brandolino is in the house. Carol, listen to this. A food vendor in Kashko, Haiti, who lost family members to a violent gang, took revenge on 40 gang members by poisoning them with caterpillar oil. The woman who specializes in pastries, I guess he's got a food truck, so they had a whole bunch of pastries, and they put this poison in it, and these gang guys would always eat at this this food vendor place. Wow.
I mean, live by the sword, die by it.
By the sword. And while you're eating pastries, mind you, they're having a great time, right? Crazy. Gaslighting, we were just talking about, versus respectable phrases. Okay. This is the gaslighting. I'm sorry you feel that way. That's not what happened. It's frustrating that you can't even take a joke. You're just overreacting as usual. I guess I'm just not really. I guess I'm just a really bad partner. That's the gaslighting. Yes.
Yeah.
Now here's the respectable phrases that you should be using.
Okay.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Now that's how I thought it happened.
Okay.
I meant it as a joke, but it came across really wrong.
Okay.
I now see that it's very important issue to you.
Yeah.
And what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. You wonder,
is that so hard?
But the problem is with I'm sorry sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I know, we've all probably done it. We've all been through it. But usually when you say you're sorry, how about when you say you're sorry, you'll never do it again?
Right. And then you don't do it again. Like if you keep doing it, I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I tell it to my kids, like Gianni, tell it to him too. Like I'm sorry, mom. I'm sorry, mom. I'm sorry, mom. I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, honestly, like truly actions do speak much louder than words. How you act is going to help me determine if I trust you, how I feel about you. Do I want to even spend time with you? Your actions, your words are just whatever. Anybody could say them. It's what you're doing, how you're acting. That's going to define how I feel and treat you.
And then you know what? A lot of times it is important to fess up. Even though you might get in trouble, just fess up. And you rather come out and say it yourself instead of hearing it somewhere else from some other person. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the slap. You're gonna get the shit for a week, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But at least they know it came from the source, and I think that's important too.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Every day for the next 10 days is going to be the same backwards. 5/20/25 is the same as 5/20/25. 5/21, 5/22, all the way from 5/20 to 5/29. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
You learn something new every day. Oh, P. Diddy again. Former employee reveals why he and not the hotel staff always cleaned up the rooms after P. Diddy's parties.
Oh.
They would have their own people clean up because you know what they're going to find.
Yeah, the cleanup crew.
The cleanup crew. Yes.
Good job.
Oh, Shakira.
Yeah.
A concert going. Attended a recent Shakira concert. He had the measles, and he still went out to a concert. Traveling from out of state to sing a recent stadium now in New Jersey. Now the exposure of those people there all have the measles. Wow. Stay home when you're sick.
Well, yes, especially if you know you've got something like that. But look at how contagious, right? That's scary.
But don't you see the measles on people?
No, those are. Honestly, the chicken pox. I remember that measles.
Chicken pox I
don't remember.
Right.
With visually, I don't remember. But yeah, that shit's scary.
That's some scary shit. I mean, is it really worth going to see Shakira? I mean, come on. Go buy the DVD.
She is a pretty woman, and her hips don't lie. So I'm just saying.
Yes. So people, a lot of people now, folks, and people are not taking the vaccine or weren't taking the vaccine. Now the vaccines are now being injected into your meat. So you're going to get vaccinated whether you want. All these doctors now they're saying the FDA is going to put a stop of putting out those COVID vaccine shots. We'll see if that happens. We're talking about Donald Trump, folks. The United States sent This is the United States before President Donald Trump was in office. The United States sent $2.7 trillion in Medicare and Medicaid funds overseas. That's 8% of our national debt. So Kash Patel is investigating this. Sending this to 8% of our national debt is because of the $2.7 trillion they're sending to people overseas in different countries. That's insane. Insane.
You know what? Imagine being a person who has watched somebody in their family, whether it be, God forbid, a child, but anybody in the family, a mother, a father, whatever, that couldn't get health care, and they had what ended up being a terminal disease, and just literally suffered and died, two or 3 years of suffering, and they couldn't afford any medical attention, right? All these people are dying because they don't have insurance, because they can't afford it. And they're not here, just getting free stuff from your government. It's very, I was in that position for a while. Like, I didn't qualify for anything, but at the time I only had a job for a couple nights a week.
Yeah.
And, I literally didn't go to the hospital so many times because I didn't have, have the money. And then I see these people that are walking in, boom, 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 free. And I just thought, oh my God, what is going on here? And look at all this money. And people say they're taking care of people in other countries. They're taking care of people from other countries that are now here, but not the people here that need it. How are people not happy that this guy is coming in to clean house to try and at least take care of our
and
people?
Finding this stuff? And it's only because it's Trump. We mentioned this many times, whether you like Trump or not. If it was another Republican president, they'd be hailing this guy as the next king. But because it's Trump, they hate him so much. So like I said, we said it many times, if he found a cure for cancer, they'd still butcher this guy. It's just crazy, folks.
Yeah.
One more question before we do another sponsor. Why do men feel worthless without a girlfriend? Do you believe that's true?
I don't think that men are worthless without a girlfriend, so I believe that's true. I do know that some men do feel kind of like that without a woman. And I think it's just a very maybe feeling of insecurity. What's wrong with me?
Yes.
I keep a woman, I definitely think it starts to work on your ego, your what is wrong with me? It's an insecurity, self-esteem thing. Because I think that so much has always been put on people to have a partner. I get it. But like I always
but it could be, it could be women too.
Sure.
I mean, when women have to be feeling like that too. And I think sometimes, and then when you get to that point, and I don't know, I can't speak for that, but all I'm trying to say is sometimes maybe your expectations. The 23-year-old blonde with the 44 D's in the ass ain't gonna come knocking at your door sometimes, or vice versa, or the man or whatever. I don't know. Especially, I guess, when you get older, you might be looking for a certain type. I just think there's some people out there that would just like some companionship. I think that's important too. That's number one, is the companionship. Somebody you can talk to, somebody you can laugh with, right?
Let me say something. Now, in the position that I'm in right now, I'm going through divorce, right? We've not lived together for 5-6 months. It's hopefully almost there, officially. But the thing is so I'm meeting a lot of people. I always have, because I'm very outgoing. I love talking to people. And I compliment people, and I know it's just how I am. So I've had certain guys come up to me, talk to me in different settings, and they're really nice, and they're good. You have a good time. You want to like dance and stuff. But the thing is I right now am telling people very, very honestly and very much upfront, I am not looking for a serious relationship. I'm not looking to even really seriously date right now, because I have a lot of, I don't want to call it baggage, but there's a lot going on right now. I'm still not fully through the divorce. I don't want to get involved with somebody. I have 2 kids that I got a lot going on with, right? But I want to hang out.
Yes.
I want to be friends. And the second you say, hey, let's just hang out, we can grow up groups or whatever, it's like, forget it. And what bothers me about that is I don't know what guys don't get. Let me fill you in, guys. If a girl is saying that and she's willing to hang out with you and have a good time, they need to get to know you first before they're going to start going on dates with you. So, because unfortunately, when you immediately go on a date with a guy or girl, whatever, but I'm talking from my perspective, when you start out by just going on dates, there's too many expectations right now with the dates, and women, and especially women, I'm going to have to say there's a lot expected. Okay. So when I say, listen, if I like you enough to, let's hang out, let's go out in some settings to see if it's even a possibility that I want to get to know you better.
If it clicks. And you know what? That's a good way.
But they don't want any part of it. And what that's telling me is all you want is to get laid. And if that's all you're looking for, you're definitely barking up the wrong tree. So forget it. So let those girls be friends,
Patrice,
first.
Yeah, they're saying it. Patrice, my good friend Patrice says that. Boyd says, then when you have a few women in your life, it becomes a shallow existence. Oh, I like
if
that.
You're having them at the same time. Yeah. I mean, if you're cheating, right. I mean, time. It's a cluster right now, but I think men and women alike are in just situations right now where you don't know. And then you start thinking, is it me? Like, you wonder, is it me? What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? But it is expectations. Of course you want to be with somebody you're attracted to, but you know what? You can be with somebody that's, at whatever everybody likes something different. But if I think someone's just kind of average, good looking, friendly, when you add a good personality into that, somebody who cares, somebody who's a gentleman, or a woman that's just, really listens and appreciates you, those things are going to make the person more attractive. It's going to happen. You have to look at.
It's like the whole if they say it's the whole package. The whole package. Francine, thank you, Francine, on that. Good. My case, you protect yourself from getting hurt again. Okay. Well, that could be a big time, not only for men, but there's women like that too, Jams. You're absolutely right. And you know what? We're getting some good topics today here on Ocean Spit on Twisted Tuesday. And let's get my buddy windows and sidings. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. Honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. And serving Chicagoland for over 40 years, do it right with Airtight windows and sidings. Call Louis Pipes at 708-788-5000 and tell them Tony O sent you. You're watching Ocean Spit? Yeah, Ocean Spit, and it is Twisted Tuesday. If you have money for beer, drugs, cigarettes, and tattoos, you have no business on welfare. Simple. We don't even have to discuss that.
Right.
Yeah. It's cute. Kim Kardashian back in the news. Fox 11 News in Los Angeles has completed the California's Law Office Study Program after 6 years, making a major step in their journey to become a licensed attorney.
Hey, good for her. That she should be very proud of herself. That's not easy for anybody. That is very difficult to do. So good for
And you know what? Look, they took a lot of shit, and they still do. Okay, I've watched the show maybe in the beginning. I had to admit to what they did. They took care of all their friends. Their friends got stores. They got a clothing line. They took it's almost like Adam Sandler with films. He puts all his buddies in there, give them 2 or 3 lines, so they get the SAG insurance, they get health insurance, they get money, they get whatchamacallit. When you get power like that, that's what you're supposed to do. Help your friends. Pass on the wealth. Pass what it is. This is interesting. I love this quote. Think about this. Sometimes you'll be cast as the villain in someone's story, not because you were cruel or careless, but because your truth disrupted the version of events they needed to believe. People reshape others to protect their own narrative, especially when accountability feels too heavy to carry. Let them have their story. You don't need to defend yourself in every chapter you didn't write. Keep moving forward. Stay honest. Peace comes from knowing who you are, even when others get it wrong.
I love that. That's so perfectly written. It's true.
Right? I like that too. Very good. How about this? When I love dog stories. When the Twin Towers, of course, 9/11, when the Twin Towers were hit in 9/11, a guide dog named Roselle led her blind owner down 78 floors of stairs through the smoke, through the panic. The dog stayed calm the whole time, guiding him to safely out. She didn't let go of him once.
Yeah. Yep. Listen, my dog's everything to me.
Those dogs, man. Those dogs, man. Unbelievable. And this is interesting. I did not know. In the cold weather, when your nose may produce more mucus than usual, not because you're sick, but to protect your lungs from warming and humidifying the chilly air.
Good to know.
Learn a little medical advice here. Medical advice. You learn a little bit of everything here at Ocean Spit on Twisted Tuesday. It's twisted in so many ways. To successfully be self-employed business owner, you have to be comfortable with the level of stress that would destroy most people.
You have to be ready for
when you're self-employed. You have to be on that phone hustling all the time. We were talking about last week about when celebrities are walking down the red carpet, or when you meet celebrities, and people like Denzel Washington last week. The reporter kept poking him, and he went off. Well, Lady Gaga's walking down. You see this on video. Look at it on Instagram. It's pretty cool. Lady Gaga's walking down to one of these music ceremonies, whatever it is, award show, and she put a sign up saying, "You're going to go to hell, Lady Gaga." Lady Gaga seen the sign, walked past her, went back to her, gave her a kiss on the lips, and says, "You're coming with me, bitch."
I love it. I love that.
I just got respect for Lady Gaga right there. Now, no more calling her Lady Gaga.
No,
that's good.
That's good.
No more Lady Gaga. Right. Yeah, lady. I mean, that takes balls. That takes balls. I love that story. That's very, very cool. You know what? When people start, we don't remember that. How about, you know what? This is interesting. Carol, penny for your thoughts? Well, it might be rounded up to a nickel. On Thursday, which was May 22nd, which was last week, the U.S. Department of Treasury announced they will be discontinuing the production of the penny.
Wow.
With the coin expected to exit circulation within the next year, the penny will be gone.
That's just the beginning.
That is very, very interesting.
They want to get rid of cash. It's the beginning.
Get rid of the cash, yeah. And now the people of Tennessee just spared listening to some more tired old communist who hates his own country. Now, the ex-boss, Bruce Springsteen, I hate to say this because I'm a big Springsteen fan, but was set to perform with Luke Bryan and Morgan Wallen at the Grand Ole Opry. Now, this is fact, folks. The Grand Ole Opry has canceled Bruce Springsteen's annual country rock crossover show after his irresponsible statements in Europe. The Opry doesn't involve itself in politics. We're here for the music. Thank you, the Grand Ole Opry. Very, very good.
Yep.
I like that. And there's still no excuse for not teaching kids this day to say please and thank you. Right, Carol? Please and thank you.
Yep. It's easy.
Simple. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen, right? It's not that hard. Simple. Please and thank you. And speaking about pleasing and thanking, how about our good friend Jack Vena Landscaping, folks? Because it's the time to get your lawn and garden and all that good stuff done, folks. That's right. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 50 years. Call Tommy Vena at 847-432-5266 and tell him Tonio sent you. That's Jack Vena Landscaping, live here from Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. All right, so this is interesting. I think we talked about this last week. Share this, everyone who tried to convince you. Downplay and replay. Bombshell report exposed potential health risks of COVID-19 vaccines pushed by top officials in the Joe Biden administration. Led by Senator Ron Johnson, a group of senators found high-level figures under the former president withheld crucial health information from the subcommittee and to the public. The FDA now is trying to ban the COVID-19 bullshit shot.
Good. I'm afraid to get my flu shot because I keep thinking they could put it in anything they want to. They could put it in any vaccine really they want to, like the flu shot or pneumonia. I was supposed to
put it in anything. That's why I don't get anything. Yes.
So I didn't get mine the last I haven't gotten the flu shot since COVID because I was afraid that they were just going to put stuff in there. I was scared, not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, I got a flu shot when I was 15. I got sick and I never took it again. Don Imus always told people, yes, ma'am, thank you. Yeah, David, I liked him, Don Imus. He was a talk show host back in the day. Yeah, I always liked him. Yolanda, still in Arizona. Hello, Yolanda. Yolanda, don't take the shot. There you go, Dave. Yeah, that should be on T-shirts. This is interesting. All right, Carol. Millionaire Dave Portnoy revealed that his ex-wife still has full access to his bank account. He says, I trust her. She was there when I couldn't even afford a hamburger. I'm a loyalty guy.
That's the guy I was stalking for the last year and a half. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. I'm still stalking him.
Okay, there you go. So wait a minute. Yeah. So tell me, is the guy an idiot?
No.
Or is the guy classy and good move?
Okay, listen, he is a well-rounded person. He could be he can be a real jerk, but you know what? He's a jerk to people that tried ruining his business. He started this I'm talking when he was a kid, he would write things that look like a little newspaper clippings, and he would go at 4 a.m. to the subways. He's from Boston. He would go he would write about sports stories, and he would go hand them out. He is a baller. He's a hustler. He started when he was real young and then went up for 10 years. He busted his ass with all his group of people that he did it with. He said, I just wanted to do something I loved. I don't care if I made 60 grand a year, if I was doing something I loved as opposed to working for someone else. Yeah. And it just ended up being a $500 million company. Okay, now he's doing DraftKings. I mean, he does so much. And he could be a real jerk, but you know what? He's so real. He's one of my favorite people. That's why I've been stalking him. I've been making posters for him. And I went to the place he has in Chicago. He opened up one there. I actually talked to people in the building. And I'm going to get in. And something's going to happen. But people are always chasing this guy, right? But
right, well, because when you got that money, but I'm talking about in general, if you put the poll out there.
He said his wife, his ex-wife, he said he respects her. They were together for years. He trusts her. They're still friends, and she has.
They're just not married anymore. So
but she has access to the bank account because, like he said, she was there.
Right. But I'm talking about in a regular poll. Let's forget the millionaire. A regular poll, men. Now I don't know if it says if he has kids or not.
No kids.
Okay. So I can see keeping your ex-wife there. There is kids, so there's going to be money there. But in general, if we took a poll, the average guy or the average woman, so it could be the other way around, gets divorced. Do you keep your ex still on the payroll? Where you can still go into the bank account?
Most of the time, no, they wouldn't, because typically divorces happen for other reasons, and it's not usually both people. If it's amicable, like we've talked about, then and you're ending up friends anyway, and then you become a gazillionaire. Listen, he respects the woman. She was with him through everything beforehand when he was making his bones. You know what I mean? That's
like you said, he couldn't afford a hamburger, according to the quote. He couldn't afford a hamburger.
That shows who he is.
So you know what? Kudos to him. I would say smart guy, because you know what? Hey, I think that's a good move. I mean, especially if you were there, she was there when he had nothing.
Right.
So I'm sure he's a billionaire, so he's got money enough to give it at least to somebody there. That's a good one. That's a good one. And we were talking about money and making money, or trying to make money, or trying to save money. Well, then Imperialux is the place to go. Imagine becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson, Craig Coggin help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure legacy. Never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213. Imperialux, learn how to become your own bank. Again, tell them Tony O sent you. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Well, we are coming to the end, but I love this quote here, folks. This is funny. I just realized why the month of May is called May. It may rain, it may snow, it may be 80, and it may be 20 degrees. 80 degrees, 20 degrees. That is May. True. Oh, my God. All right, folks. We have some other gigs coming up, folks. June 4th will be at the Westin Hotel in Lombard with the Main Event Band from 5:30. It's going to be funny out there, folks. On the 7th of June, we'll be at the Grand Geneva National in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. On the 21st, we're going back to the Getaway, French Country Inn, outside on the water. Oh my God, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. We'll be there from 5 to 9 with the Main Event Band, the 21st of June. June 22nd, we'll be at the Backyard Barn and Barnyard and a marina in beautiful Johnsburg, right on the water. Me, Lisa P, and Jerry Jams. Very cool. I'm excited about that. And this week, like I said, we will not be at Rosario's tomorrow because they booked 2 parties. So we will not be there tomorrow, but we will be at the Village Pub in North Riverside on Thursday. Friday at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy this Friday, 8:30 with the Main Event Band. Saturday, Donnie G's in Elmwood Park for the last time of the year. Last time of the year. One time, more time for my mom. And then Sunday, Ocean's Rat Pack at JMO's in Mokina. I heard that's a beautiful place.
Yes, I have. Many times. My friends used to own it. Good friends of mine used to own it. They just sold it a few months ago, maybe 5-6 months ago.
Our buddy Tony D bought it, who actually owned Tony D's in Elmwood Park as well. And he bought it. And it's supposed to be, so it's going to be a lot of fun there. All right. Birthdays for Tuesday, the 27th of Rodney McDowell. Used to love him with Planet of the Apes. Great actor. Kenny Loggins. I'm all right. Nothing but a worry about me. 77 years old. Let's see. Oh, who the hell is that? I'll have to hold off that. Lee Majors, Leo Sayer, When I Need You. Stanley Tucci, great actor, 64. Sir Conan Doyle, the writer of the Sherlock Holmes books, gotta love him. Eugene Levy, celebrating a birthday, folks. Raymond Burr, Perry Mason, Andy Summers of the Police, Dave Gage, if you're listening out there, buddy, happy birthday. Albert, to your brother Dominic, turning 75 years old. Albert, happy birthday to your brother, buddy. Joan Collins is 92. My buddy Tony Hunt, happy birthday. Ron Geman from the Geneva National, happy birthday. I already mentioned Lee Majors, and of course, Bobby Mercer, former New York Yankee. I'm just forgetting some birthdays here. I'm trying to figure out who that guy was. Splash, Starm, Martina. No clue. Anyway, mustn't be that important. Anyway, we got to go, folks. But before we go, let's not forget our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. That's right. Father's Day sale, June 4th or June 16th. Buy a Blackstone Iron Forge 4-burner outdoor griller for $549, you get a stainless steel burger press kit, a $69 value for free. As always, you purchase any grill, $3.99. It comes up with a free sauce or rub of your choice, plus free assembly and delivery. Get free $10 gift card when you purchase a $50 gift card. Many more offers, both for Father's Day, a month of June. Come on and grab some savings. And don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off. That's right, folks. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. We got to go, folks. Tomorrow we'll be back, and Carol will be back with us on Thursday. And then Friday, former Playboy Bunnies to kick off to the end part of the show. And then Frank from Positano's with a special announcement. That's right, folks. June 19th at Positano's. It's going to be throwback to 1985 prices on some few food menus, on some food menus, and some drinks going back to 85 with Jerry Jams playing 1885 music. That's hair rock music, baby. That's hair rock and roll. We're doing a lot of that stuff. And then Frank's going to make that announcement on Thursday, June 19th, when we return back to Positano's in Oak Brook. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. And if you're offended on this show or any other show, change the channel or don't watch it. If you like it, share it. Let everybody know about Ocean's Pit. And just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Absolutely. Be kind to everybody, folks. Life's a bitch right now, but let's be kind to everybody. Right? Ringo Starr says peace and love. Carol, because maybe next Tuesday we'll get Gianna.
I would love to.
Get a perspective of a 20-year-old. Yes. I'd love to see what a 20-year-old has to say about the shit that's been going on in this crazy world. That'd be next week. Guys, have a great day. God bless. Peace and love, everybody. God bless you. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Same time, same station.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
That's all, folks. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you. Have a